Okay, so now we're going to have a little look at controlling a parameter with a value list. Going back to this little stretch action, if you look, I mean we can stretch it to any dimension at all. But in the real world you'd probably be limited to the sizes of tables that can be supplied. I mean there's no point in us allowing this to be stretched to 64 inches if you like, when we actually can't get that table. You can't get one that length, so there's no point in me putting it in my drawing and saying, okay, I want all those tables 64, and it's just not available to purchase. So what you can do is, when you're actually creating your block, it's nice to kind of think about, okay, well, what actually can the supplier supply? There's probably set standards that they can supply. So that's what we're going to do with this next little exercise. Is we're going to control that if somebody else is using your block, they're limited to this choice of tables, the choice we can actually buy in. So if I double left click on that block and click OK, we're going back here to this little parameter, linear parameter. This is the one we're going to modify and we're going to fix. So if I select that, and if I do a control and 1 to bring up the properties, or again I think it's in tools and palettes, and it's in there somewhere, there you go, properties. So control and 1 toggles it on and off. So you see I've got my linear parameter selected here, various attributes. I can kind of minimize all these so we don't so distance, name, parameter type, its length, geometry, that's fine. But down here in the value set, distance type, there's none at the minute. We're going to change that. We can do increment or we can do list. So you can have it in increments, but on this occasion we're going to use the list because we're going to limit the number. Increment will kind of go, you can set a minimum and a maximum value I suppose in there as well. You can have a look at that, but we'll do the list. And the distance value of the list here, then if I left click on this, a little radio button pops up and we've got one sort of value in here. And if you look at the notes, our next value then is going to be 72, and we can add that one in, and 84, and add that one in, and 96, and add that one in. Oh, and there's another one I think is about 60. I mean add that one in as well. And you can see it kind of goes in order anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you miss one out as you go along. So if I click OK to that, you actually probably can see it already. You see the little kind of markers here come along, almost marking out my list. I can kind of do a control and 1 to close that dialog box, close my editor, save my changes. Now when I left click on my block, I'm kind of limited. See, it won't, even if I kind of click it and pull it down and click, it won't let me go less than 48, and as I kind of go up, it won't let me, even though I might want it, it won't let me go bigger than 96 inches. So as I come down, I'm limited. I can't even get in between. It jumps to each of those, so I'm kind of restricted by the sizes. So if you were to give this block to somebody else, there's no way they can make a mistake now. If they want a 72, yeah, we can get a 72 inch table, we can get an 84 inch, we can get all of those sizes. So you don't mind which one they use. Nobody's going to make the mistake of designing a classroom with an odd size table that you're going to have to get made up. Okay, so you can get all the correct sizes there. Okay, so that's our value list, controlling our parameters with a value list.